again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your first Friday night press conference reaction show. I'm your host, The Gov, and I'm so excited. It means Friday shows are back, which means the season is here, which means we are now into the full swing of things, and I can't wait. I was discussing our shows next week over dinner with my wife, and it's like we've got a Monday show, we've got a Wednesday show, a Thursday show, the away day guys coming back next week. It's all going on, and I am just so excited. It is the season eve. It's like Christmas Eve, but a little bit better. Rob Holmes is buzzing. Ashley is also buzzing. Gino, Georgia boy, welcome in. Don't forget, active chat. You can get involved. Have your say live. This is the show for those that are new amongst you, and there are loads of new viewers and new members and new YouTube subscribers, which is absolutely brilliant. We look at what was said today in the press conference show, and we put our talking town opinions to it and what we think and what we feel while looking ahead to the opposition. Don't forget, hit that like button. Please do support the channel that way. If you haven't yet done so, subscribe to the channel. And of course, you can become a YouTube member today if you want to support the platform financially, because you think, you know what, you work really hard, you create great content, you're a lovely person, you're a lovely platform. Here's £5, then you can do so via the link. We'd absolutely appreciate it. Right, Matt Phillips is supposed to be with us, but rumor has it he's somewhere stuck on the A12 because nobody can get hold of him. So it remains to be seen whether the Phillips turns up. But making his press conference debut is this man. It's Bricktop.
You're on thin ice, my pedigree chums, and I shall be under it when it breaks.
Peter Cox. Mr. Peter Cox, Bricktop, here he is. How are you, sir?
Good evening, sir. I'm fine, thank you. How's your good self?
I am very well. Listen, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow at the statue. For those that are new to the channel, for those that perhaps didn't come last year, for perhaps those that just have forgotten, we are at Sir Ralph statue every home game, before the game and afterwards. You don't have to appear on camera. It's not if you go to Sir Ralph, you will be on camera. You can watch. Many do, don't they, Coxie?
Exactly. Yeah, we have quite an audience there sometimes. Yeah.
So you can come, have a look, chin wag with other ITFC fans. It's I love it. I can't wait to get back to it. It's a really good vibe, I think, at the statue, Cox.
Yeah, people sort of use us as a bit of a show while they're eating their burgers and chips before they go into the game.
That's one thing they do. People do
the
like
entertainment
to do.
For them. Yeah,
they like to walk in front of behind the camera, wafting their burgers. To see, and then we are there directly after the game. Again, you can just watch first game of the season. I expect no meltdowns, but as we go through the season, you can watch the meltdowns, watch the highs, watch the lows, or you can get involved. We'd love to have new people. So Philip Blundell, hope to see you there before, after, maybe both. We love seeing, hearing, and meeting new people. Ben Moore, I'll be at the statue and we'll get involved as usual. Gotta love the TT family. But I was cursing you earlier, Coxie. I'm gonna be honest.
So you told me backstage. What have you done wrong now?
Well, I told you I was cursing you. I didn't tell you what I was cursing you for.
You didn't. No.
I was looking at the equipment. Obviously, I haven't looked at it since Charlton, last day of the season. I was looking at it. I was thinking, okay, right, yeah, there's the tripod. What was missing from the tripod, Coxie?
No idea.
The holder.
I can't remember last week.
The holder for the phone. And it came to me at the last day of the season. You went, I've put the tripod down and I've taken this bit off for you. And I was like, no, that bit doesn't come off, Cox. And you're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was definitely in the bag. Did you find it?
Oh, I did. Yeah, but I just forgot. I've forgotten how it goes back on. It's been that long. So I was like, fucking Coxie. But hopefully it will all be fixed by tomorrow. We're starting a little bit early than normal because it is obviously a big night tonight. It might be a bigger day tomorrow, but it is a big night tonight. 9 p.m.
Like you said, Gav, it's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day is tomorrow. If you're a true football fan, this is your Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is your Christmas Day. Forget about the 25th of December.
And yeah, absolutely. And if Die Hard on Christmas Eve is an important thing, this is equally as important. Channel 5, 9 p.m. Coxie, the last ever Neighbours. Are you watching it?
No. I haven't watched Neighbours since, God, probably the 1980s.
I haven't watched Neighbours for a little while, but I'm a big Neighbours fan. I'm going to be very
Me
emotional
too.
this evening. The tissues are at hand. I'm going to blub, Coxie. I'm going to really
Hold it together, Governor. Hold it
I
together.
can't, mate. I can't. It means too much to me, Neighbours, Dad, for personal reasons, of which I will go into, I'm sure, at some point.
Is his
but
home and away still going? Or is that a bit of the dust as well?
I'm named after a home and away character.
Oh, yeah? Is there one called the Gov?
No, the Gov. No. Well, my Christian name is Martin, and there was a doctor called Martin in the late 80s who apparently was quite dishy. My mum has great delight in telling me. So yes, apparently I'm named after them.
Named after a doctor on home and away, eh? Okay.
No more Neighbours, says Nick. EJ, it's the eve of the season, so any positivity tonight, please. EJ, always positivity, my man. Well, I can't always say always positivity, but I can promise you is 100% real. It's what this platform's all about, just being real. You say what you feel, and you more or less feel what you think. Craig at Portsmouth, we are here already. Big up, Craig. Can't wait to see him and his wife tomorrow at the statue. They are great, great people. He can't wait till tomorrow. George can't wait till Ladapo puts 2 goals past Bolton tomorrow. It's all going on, Coxie, and
so it should be, yeah. Eve of the season.
Absolutely. Kieran McKenna met with the press and buried deep what was behind Cruncher's tweet last night. Ben, did you not see the news? There's been another transfer. It's albeit not it's not quite the level of what I was just about to mention, but for those that are perhaps not aware, I will just quickly tell you. Hudson confirmed signing. So Hertford Town have confirmed that young left back Max Hudson has joined the Blues following his trial period. So this is a young left back who started at Tottenham. Tottenham's academy as a schoolboy, wasn't offered terms. Last year played for Hertford. So that was what I think Cruncher was referring to. But he may, of course, been referring to something else.
Yeah,
Peter,
has he got a bit of insider information? Well, he does usually get the snippets, doesn't he?
He's missed the 8%, but he's swearing blind. He's now missed the 9%. But either way, buried deep within an article today on the forum, it's not quite dead in the water for Bersant Selena. Very quickly, and I do mean very quickly as Usain Bolt runs 100 meters. Excited by that? Upset by that? Nah. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I will nail my colours to the mast of nah, really. It's. I was hoping this tonight would be a Drinan free zone and also a Selena free zone, but you brought it up. So, yeah, that's if it not dead in the water, but
okay,
we'll see.
That's good enough for me. Don't forget, under 18s are currently playing on the live player. You can watch that after you've watched us. You can watch it while you're listening to us. Put that on your screen. Have us in your ears, whichever it may be. Right, let's get cracking into the proceedings. Mr. Phillips on the A12, I'm sure, will join us at his own absolute leisure. It's Bolton tomorrow. Our new Tyrone Ming, says Carl Brooks. I think he means it about Hudson. Am I going to the fan zone? I will try and pop by if I can, Colin. I absolutely will. I'm going to reply back to you. You're on my list of things to do. Reply back to the GOAT. I know you should be absolutely first on that. Rob Holmes, shame Don Ball is injured. I was looking forward to seeing him play. Well, he is injured, but our leader, our captain, Coxie, Sam Morsey, he's been talking to the club media today, and he's got a couple of comments. And he mentioned the league this year, and he said, I'm expecting pretty much the same as last season, a high level of clubs pushing for top places, so it's going to be about us and the level that we can produce. Do you expect it to be the same as last year, Coxie, or are you sort of sitting at home praying it's not quite as high as last year, where it took nearly an historic sort of points total?
Naturally, I'm hoping if we are going to progress that it's not going to be like last year, but I do think it's fair comment by our beloved skipper there. I think it's, you could see that the other night when you was trying to predict the league. I think if it's sort of the league's in two halves, you're trying to predict who will sort of stay up from that bottom half, who you would think, and then there's always surprises on both sides, but who you think would go up this year. I think a lot of people, as both Cruncher and Matt said, are writing Peterborough off. A lot of people saying, they're either going to miss out or they're going to absolutely get into or they're going to the playoffs. I think if we are to go up automatically, we need to finish above both Peterborough and Sheffield Wednesday. That's only my opinion. But you don't know. There's sort of question marks about some. What sort of side is Barnsley going to be? I know they've got Lee Andrews' favourite, the beloved Norwood there. But what are they going to be like? What sort of is Derby brought a lot of players in? Mm-hmm. Are they going to have the same as we had last year? Are they going to? Are their fans going to be the same sick of the jail word as we was for about half the season?
Do you think the sheer fact, and by the way, Philip Blundell from the statue from 1:15 show goes live at 2. I'll be there from about 1:15, 1:30, depending on traffic. Don't forget, guys and girls, obviously limited trains tomorrow. Oh, that's by the way, that reminds me, Di, who runs the Bury St Edmunds coach, informs the Cruncher, who informs me that there are still a few seats left on the coach. So message the Cruncher or Di if you want to get on that. I would personally, if I wasn't driving, because the trains are up the Swanee. Do you think
if I lived there, so would I? Yeah,
absolutely. But jumping back to our El Capitano, do you think actually the fact there's a sheer number of teams, a cluster this year, that are going to take points off each other, do you think that's going to lower the overall playoff total, or do you expect it to be like last year and almost an historic high?
It'd be interesting to see. Will it be an historic high, or it should be people taking points off each other and should bring that sort of final total down. I agree, but will it be as much as last season? We will tell come.
Well, speaking of last season,
the journey starts here.
Colin Yates, are you lads looking forward to getting beat 5-2 again? Colin, it's Friday night. It's excitement levels. Just, you ain't beating us 5-2. Philip Blundell, expecting more than 1,500 Bolton fans tomorrow, but if the trains are limited, maybe not as many. Mark, the fact Rotherham aren't in this year means that anyone can get promoted. Only Wednesday and Bolton can stop us. And Ben says, are you boys excited for Barry Knight again? Well, Barry Knight's still in retirement, Ben. He's not going to be there to sort of save us tomorrow. But Morsey also mentioned his goals, and that's been quite a hot topic on Talking Town across all the platform recently. He said, when I started to play in a more advanced role, I scored a few and had a lot of good chances. It's a process thing, really, and not about just putting a number on it. You might get lucky. You might get a few deflections that go your way, that sort of thing. But if I can keep running hard, get in the box, get my shots off, we'll see what happens. Richard Chandler thinks 10 plus goals. Callie, I'd expect would say 1 million plus goals.
These days it would.
Well, he would, yeah. What do you think about Sam Morsey? Obviously, he says there, we'll see what happens. Is 10 too many? 5 a realistic aim? You excited to see him in that box-to-box role? What's your thoughts on the captain?
As he said himself, if he's to get forward, he should score 10 goals. But if he can get forward, will that be dependent on who he's playing alongside? If he's playing alongside Dominic Ball, then perhaps he can get forward more. But tomorrow, you would think he'd be playing next to Evans, who he seems more reluctant to go forward when he's playing alongside him. So, but if you're going to win the raffle, you've got to buy a ticket. So get them shots off, Morsey.
Absolutely, yeah. Are you worried about the Evans-Morsey partnership? Would you prefer to have seen Don Ball? Where are you on that one?
I would prefer to see Don Ball. I personally haven't been to any sort of pre-season games, but a lot of people are waxing lyrical about when he has played. He's looking a big old unit. So, I think, but will it be that McKenna will chuck them in depending on what the opposition is?
This is it. Well, obviously, Ball being injured gives Evans that first opportunity to wrestle the shirt, really. Make it so he can't be dropped, make it as tough as he possibly can be. Lewis, tough game tomorrow. Bolton will be up there, so a win tomorrow will be a great foundation. Only team that can stop us this season is ourselves. Colin, we've sold over 1,500, but we've got no idea how we're getting there. I love that. Absolutely love that. You mentioned about Evans coming into the side and possibly winning the shirt. Well, Leif Davis, League One's most expensive defender, we're led to believe. McKenna had this to say on Leif Davis. He is someone who has the potential to play higher and wants to play higher in his career. We think he's a good signing for now and a good signing for the future. Now, both you and Matt have got Greg Lee starting at left back in your teams, which we'll come to in a bit later on. Why have you got Greg Lee starting in your team? You've got League One's most expensive defender, we're led to believe, here. He's not come to sit and hold Caden Jackson and Hladky's hand, Coxie. I expect him to play tomorrow, straight in the team, and never look back. You don't. Tell me why.
No, he's only sort of when he's coming Tuesday, and I just don't think he will play tomorrow. I think Lee will, be in there tomorrow. But I think from next week he'll be in the side. You don't spend that sort of money, especially at League One level, for a left back, and he won't play. So I think from next week perhaps, but perhaps tomorrow and McKenna will stick him straight in. You don't spend all that money for nothing.
I don't think you do spend that money for nothing. Obviously, not had much of a pre-season. Greg Lee has had a fairly decent pre-season. I can see when you sort of pull the lots, I can see the reason and the rhyme and the reason behind playing Greg Lee. I just think I don't know. I don't know if you. It's almost like if it was a striker, and it cost $5 million, or even just the same fee, would you be putting him straight into the team? Is it because it's where it is on the football pitch that's sort of putting you in two minds?
No, I put Lee in there because I think the other lad, Leaf, hasn't had a lot of pre-season. As I said, I do expect him to be back in for next week, but I think I wasn't at the game last, but apparently Tuesday night, Lee had a pretty good game. He scored a great goal. He was one of the scorers, wasn't he? First one.
He did. No, he scored the last one.
The last one, yeah. So he's probably staked his claim there, but Leaf will be in. He will be part of the big tree at Bolton Road.
He would be. He will be in at some point. You have to believe it. I think it from the start. Obviously, you don't. We've got Lewis looking forward to getting plenty of messages at 2 p.m. when Penny starts. Alex, tomorrow is the day. Big up the Griffin. Carl, only reason I'd start Leo Davis is because he's had the majority of pre-season under McKenna, knows his role. Might take Davis a week to bed in. Colin says Affaline will have a free role behind Dion Charles. Good luck picking him up. How do you think you'll deal with him this time around, gents? We'll come to Affaline in a second, Colin. He is in my notes. I do have a Bolton fan who's given us who he thinks his team will be, the shape, and who to look out for. He does, of course, mention Affaline. Lewis, Burnley winning 1-0. Most entertaining Burnley team I've ever seen. Actually trying to attack. The Vincent Kompany effect there. Coxie. Gino, I want to win so much tomorrow, but I think we're going to take a couple of games to get motoring. So going for a 2-2 draw. Bolton are in my top 6. Good segue there because McKenna did mention the start. In the conference today, he says it would maintain the positive momentum that we have at the moment inside and around the football club, a positive result, but it doesn't guarantee anything if you get a good start. In the previous seasons, that club has been in League One. It has had really good starts and then fallen away. Obviously, last year's start is well documented, well spoken about. Everybody knows that inside and out. So I'm not going to ask you if we're going to win tomorrow. I'm actually going to ask you to tell me how we're going to do for the next 5 games. Okie dokie. So, no. We don't do nothing by halves here at Talking Town. So 15 points to play with. You've got Bolton at home, followed by Forest Green away, then MK Dons at home, Burton Albion away, Shrewsbury Town. 15 points. 3 away games, 2 home games. We know how the start really hurt us last year. What do you think, Coxie, and the chat as well? Because obviously Matt's not here, so we definitely need you tonight. Where are you? Let's be having you, as somebody once said after a couple of sherries.
The bottles of sherry,
yeah. Fucking brewery of sherry. Tell me, Coxie. 15 points to play with. Jem says, I want 10 to 12. Jem. We all want 10 to 12. That's like saying, I want a BMX for Christmas. How are you going to get it? Tell me how you're going to get it, Jim. Where you getting those 10 or 12 points from? Coxie. We'll go through it one by one. Bolton at home. Is it going to be 3 points? Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be none?
Yeah, well, last season on paper, it was quite an easy start, and look at what we got from that. And this season, it's more of a difficult start. Bolton will be up there at the end. Look how they finished the season. They were the informed the team. Perhaps like us, the season would have gone for another 5-10 games. They would have been in the playoffs. But yeah, you would expect them to carry on. But I think we will win tomorrow. I think it's going to be my favourite 2-1.
Okay. Yep. All right. Forest Green away. Obviously, last year we kind of had a similar away day early part of the season to Cheltenham. We know how that ended up. Macaulay Bond missed an open goal. That should have been the warning signs to what was to come after Christmas. We then capitulated. We didn't take anything from the game. It's their first home game at League One level for the first time in their history. It's a lot of emotion, a lot of buzz. Are we going to be the party poopers, or do you think they're going to come and, be at home, but they're going to come and, get a point, get 3? What do you think of that one?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of emotion, a lot of buzz. Their first time in League One, and, they've got, one of the biggest teams in League One, us, Ipswich Town, and they're going to think, wow, they may have been hoping for this sort of further on in the season, but it is a different Forest Green than who won the league, and the manager's gone, and I think a few key players are gone. So I think, yes, we will be party poopers, and it will be a 2-0 win for Town.
Love it. So that's 6 points. MK at home.
Ooh, MK. This is, like I mentioned, they are very much a question mark team. I lost Scott Twine, and what was the other guy? Darling or something?
Yeah, Harry Darling.
So 2 of them, they've obviously got that they have signed. Well, they got who. When they come to Portman Road, Bradley Johnson's going to be the pantomime villain that day. Yeah, so a question mark team. Are they going to be up there this season? We don't know, and I haven't got the answer to that. So, yeah, I'm going to go for another win there.
Okay, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I want instant. What comes to your mind answers? Burton away.
Burton away, yeah. We slipped up there last season. Yeah, I'm going to say a draw for that one.
Draw. Shrewsbury away.
Shrewsbury away. A lot of people are tipping them to go down, but yeah, another draw.
Draw. So you're going to go for 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 points. Yeah. 11 points from the first 15, which actually isn't too bad. You're only a point under 2 points a game, which they always say you need to be in and amongst it. 11 points. Let's get something from the chat. 12 says Kevin. 12 says Rob. Jem wants 10 to 12, as we mentioned. Graham says 13. He's starting with 3 tomorrow. Chris Boyd, we need to be up there from the outset and putting that extra pressure on everyone we play as a result. The trouble is this squad haven't shown they can handle that pressure at all. Never mind season long. Who scored in that game at Cheltenham, says Lewis. Oh, Christ. I do know it, Cox. You don't tell me. I can't remember, Lewis. Sorry. George Hug, 3-1 tomorrow. Ladapo and Big JD to score. Oh, no, it was Matt Penny, really. I'm just playing with him. Lee Cole, plenty of Bolton fans giving it the big one over the last few days. It's going to be very embarrassing for them if this hammering and worst start to the season Ipswich could have got doesn't happen. I think it's the best start we could have got, really. One of the top teams that are tipped to be inside the top 6. Play them early, Coxie, and let's see how you measure up nice and early, really, because they could be caught cold. I'm old enough to remember the late 90s where Man United always seemed to win a title, but always seemed to start really slowly. If you had Man United in the first month or 2 of the season, you kind of were happy because you felt...
That was why, yeah, especially as a promoted team. If you get Man United in that first sort of August month, that first season, the first month, you was probably, thank you.
Now, Man United are way above, or should I say Bolton are way and above not a Man United. But last year we had MK Dons at Portman Road. I don't think anybody after that game would have said, oh, wow, this is the team you've really got to watch out for in the campaign. They could be caught cold tomorrow. So could we. But we're the home side. The impetus is on us, isn't it, really?
Absolutely, yeah. This is 2 sides who have kept their sides together, who have added 2. So, yeah, it's going to be, it should be a good game tomorrow.
Rob Holmes says, sorry, but if we're drawing against the likes of Burton and Shrewsbury, then we're not getting promoted. Whereas Carl Brooks says, league's right up by December. 100 points, 100 goals. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Hey, why not? Why not? Why not be us? I got a two-part question coming up for you in a second. But first of all, let's have a quick word from one of our partners. Don't forget, tomorrow we're at home. Traffic is absolutely dreadful in Ipswich Town Centre because, well, they've shut off most of the roads with stupid planters. So you might want to listen to this
Ipswich Buses, your local bus company.
Don't get stuck in traffic. Ditch the car. Go green. Go contactless. Go Ipswich Buses. Fares available from £2.20 return, a fantastic price and a fantastic service. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town. There we go, Ipswich Buses. Go Ipswich Buses, go contactless. Right, Kieran McKenna, back to the press conference. Before we do, Gino, I'll have some of what Carl is taking. Wishful thinking. This is the tough league to get out of. I will go to the last day. It will go to the last day, Gino thinks. Kieran McKenna had this to say in today's press conference for me, which, by the way, why are they not streamed yet? Like, why is it always behind closed doors? Get it on a stream. Let me actually react to it live, Coxie.
Yeah.
Everybody else is probably streaming, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, fling open the doors, get the cameras rolling. These though, they under Lambert they did. I mean, I know it was obviously what they called.
It used to ban everybody from going.
Well, no. You know, when things were good in the early days, we had a thing called TWTD TV, and it was streamed. It was available to watch live. You know, I'm not advocating. Actually, no, I am advocating. Yeah, fucking give back the TWTD TV and let's get on with it. Do you know what I mean? That comes from myself. Right. Two-part question. For me, I'm not interested in worrying about one team or another. This is Kieran McKenna speaking now. I know it's a very strong division. I know there are a lot of very good teams, but we need to focus on ourselves, pick up as many wins as we can and accumulate as many points as we can, and then we'll see where we're at in the later stages of the season. It's about identifying the qualities we want in a player and identifying the type of player who are going to fit into our style of play and fit into our system. We want, and then he goes on to say, we want this season to again build on the form at Portman Road and make it a really fantastic place to come and watch football and watch an exciting team who play attractive football. Now, last year, Coxie, Rotherham had 48 points at home, lost 5 times. Wigan, 44 points, lost 5 times. And Sunderland accumulated 51 points at home. We got 42. Not a million miles away.
Not a million miles, yeah.
But how important, how vitally important is it we turn Portman Road into Fortress Portman Road? And we, tomorrow, for example, you get off to a good start, you state your claim, it's your territory, it's your home. Nothing will be given to any away team.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, we need to win our home games. That's, as you mentioned earlier, the magic thing they say is the 2 points per game. So if you win your home games and draw your away games, you're there. But what we have to improve on is the slip-up games. When we sort of drawn at home against Cheltenham and losing at home to Cambridge, we've got to beat Cambridge. We can't afford to lose at home to Cambridge and Peterborough. We need to beat both of them at Portman Road this year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Have we got the second part of the question was, obviously, you mentioned the Cheltenham results there. We had several of those through the course of the year. You're going to get those, I feel. It's not always going to go Town's way. It's not always going to be as easy as we want it. And it's not always going to be a guaranteed 3 points going to turn into a guaranteed 3 points. But have we got the tools within the squad now to play a different way? Last year, I felt McKenna had his hands tied. He wanted to try a few different things tactically, didn't have it within the squad. Has he got it now, though? I see Fisherman on Twitter saying if Ladapo gets injured, then what? Fair point. Obviously, window's not shut yet. Can we go different? Like tomorrow, if plan A doesn't work, is there a plan B yet within the squad for you? Have we got the different tools, Coxie?
Well, there's the get out of jail free cards are now gone, not just for McKenna, for the club. Really, we've got to get promoted this season by hook or by crook. So you would hope to get promoted, he needs a plan A, B, C, and you could probably go on to that. Not just if plan A doesn't work, if you if you would think that that if Plan A is executed properly, then but it's not going to work every way. People and teams are going to match up. It's going to get you've got the manager, the tacticians, and the managers who are going to nullify that. So you need the B and C.
Yeah, Matt says yes. Jackson alone around the back. Obviously, John Jules, very fast player.
Come on, Jackson.
We have a plan B and a plan C. Craig at Portsmouth. Kieran Lee is our modern day David Nugent. Great scoring record against us. Bolton are a strong team, so I'd take a win any way we can. Rob, would be nice to beat the promoted teams this season. 4 points from 24. Last year was shocking. Big Duncan, we love you, Dunk. 2-0 to Valentine and Harrop. I think he means the under 18s. I believe, I would have thought. Procrastinating Womble. We need a manager with a cup of coffee, a stadium packed via free commercial tickets, and a chap called Stockton to bang a couple in. Now that is an open day. Fair point. I'm surprised Cole Stockton is still at Morecambe, aren't you?
Yeah, for how many goals he's stuck in at this level. I mean, was it a one-season wonder? Would people like to see us go for him? No, they don't. But was it just be another Joe Piggott if we was to go for him?
Great point.
We thought we had a 20-goal a season striker. He's going to go to Portsmouth and stick goals in. It's Ipswich Town F.C. again.
Well, but isn't that good for us though? Really, I mean, obviously it might come at our expense. We don't know yet, but I've asked this question to a couple of contributors. I'll ask yourself, Peter. If he goes there and scores 12 goals, is there a way back for Joe Piggott at Portman Road, or is it just a simple case of he's there to try and salvage a transfer value that we can sell on?
Well, personally, I if he does do well there, and he said 12 or 15 goals, there is a way back for him at Portman Road, but he may think, well, it didn't work out there. I want to stay at Port. If it is, I know he's bagged a couple of goals already, but the proof of the pudding is once the season starts tomorrow.
It is.
I would like to say he would be a success, and then it would help us out. He would then come back to us and carry on from there.
It's obviously you've got Elkan Baggett out on loan. Is there anybody else in the squad you feel could really benefit from a loan that desperately needs to go out? El Miz is supposed to be heading out on loan. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think Corey signed the contract the other day. He might go out. We are a bit for once lucky in the defence part in the defence, so perhaps he could go out. We've seen this with the Wolf. He went out to Swindon, didn't he, and done well, and that obviously made him a better player.
Yeah, great shout, really good shout. That he came, and obviously Luke before that, Flynn Downs went to Luton, if you remember. Came back a better player for it as well. Lewis would blown out Davis and Lee. Well, Matt Penny's Lewis Robinson, aka the penny agent. The penny hasn't dropped yet with Lewis, bless him. That Matt Penny's probably on the. He could be a player on the way out online. We don't know.
It could be a player on the way out.
This is it. Right, we've got a Bolton fan. He's going to give us the shape, the team, the players to watch, and a score prediction before we give us our 11s and score prediction. So here he is.
Hey everyone, Ben here from Trotter Chatter. Just been asked to give a quick little rundown of Bolton before the game tomorrow. In terms of the team, it's fairly self-explanatory, kind of what we go from last season. Trafford in goal, back three of Jones, Santos and Johnston. Bradley on loan from Liverpool on the right, Declan John on the left. Midfielders, Aaron Morley, and then probably one of MJ Williams or Kyle Dempsey partnering him up. Dapo Lion just behind Dion Charles and most likely John Daddy Bodverson. I'd say in terms of people to watch out for, Charles and Affeline, they're the big two. But then also Bradley on the right, has looked strong in pre-season, could cause a fair few issues. In terms of score, I'll go with 1-1. It's going to be a tricky game. It's one I've said is going to be the hardest all season. So a draw I'd be very happy with. Also wanted to give another shout out to Josh from Away Day Beers for coming on the pod recently. Great guy and does a cracking beer too. Cheers guys.
He certainly does. We are 4 minutes away from your weekend officially starting. So 3-4-1-2. Danger men of Charles and Affeline. Obviously, that's Dion Charles of ex-Accrington Stanley. Affeline, who absolutely ripped us apart last year. I think Kane Vincent Young is still getting nightmares about Affeline. I'll start with him. last year we couldn't stop him. Kane Vincent-Young, as I say, probably still has nightmares about him. Can we stop him this year, Coxey? Whether he's whether he's out on the left like he was that day, out on the right, whether he's behind the striker in that grey area that no centre half wants to go into and no midfielder wants to backtrack and pick him up into. Can we stop Afolayan this year?
Well, going on the Portman Road game, yes, we have to stop him, and it was poor Kane Vincent-Young. It's probably his worst game ever for Town. Afolayan, and credit to him, he did tear him a new one there. Absolutely,
he really did.
Yeah, we need to stop him. But that was Walton's first game. It was Edmondson's first game. We have a better, we have a more settled side now, and he didn't tear us apart when we went up there to the Reebok, or it was called the University of Bolton, or whatever it's called. Their stadium's called now. That was.
Yeah, well, whatever it's, we'll call it the Reebok regardless. I just think, and I'll take your points, I think they're spot on. We've got a more settled side, obviously, with Ball not playing. You've got Evans with that continuity. Obviously, at that point, I think Sam Morsey was still sat in the stands with us. I actually think our greatest strength tomorrow with a player like Afolayan is not only the makeup of the players we've been bringing in, the profile of quick players themselves, but more importantly, I truly believe that Kieran McKenna, Martin Pert, Sam Williams, and co, they will have studied Afolayan. They will have studied Bolton. They would have looked at this game tomorrow. And unlike last year, I actually believe our coaching team will have a plan to stop a player like Afolayan, Coxey. That's the key this year. Yeah,
good point there, Gov. Obviously, I forgot about we had the Coffee Man and these two, attacking former strikers who were defensive coaches there. So they're not stupid. They're going to know he's a danger man, and tactically, hopefully, deal with him.
But the chap that was on a second ago, you can catch his podcast with Josh from Away Day Beers at the link provided in the chat 3412. Before I sort of come to that, Coxey, it is 8:40 on a Friday evening. For those that have been here since last year, you'll know what that officially means. For those that are new to the platform, new to the channel, grab yourself a nice cold beverage. ITFC Legends Pack. Make your weekends flow from $14.99. Pints and points. Tomorrow we hope to be having plenty of pints with 3 lovely home points, Coxey. But they do play a 3-4-1-2. Do you expect us to spring a tactical surprise of our own? Or do you think actually we're going to match them up and say, we play a 3-5-2, we play a 3-4-3, we play a 4-3-3, whatever it bloody may be. Beat us. We're the home team. Come and see if you can beat us.
Yeah, definitely the second one. I think McKenna will start up to say, this is our formation. You come and beat us. We're not gonna.
Well, you expect him to, but I don't know. He's also a very shrewd. A bit of a match highlight package video sort of, fiend. He likes to watch it, consume it. If he goes with he might think, actually, if they go 3-4-1-2, we're going to go 4-3-3, we're going to go 4-4-2, old fashioned. I don't know if he will. I'm not saying he definitely will. What I'm saying is I think he's the type of manager, again, like Afolayan, to spring that tactical surprise in an opposition manager where he's seen something that maybe they don't quite defend well at, they don't quite like to do. And I can see him doing it. Again, it comes down to that level of trust in your management team. And I've got it a lot more this year than any other year previous.
Yeah, McKenna and his team, like you said, will have been having the team watching the match and have the dossiers on them. They would have done their homework on Bolton. And, Afolayan is part of Bolton. So, yeah, he'll be a chapter in that dossier. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah. Should certainly hope that he will be. Obviously, as I said, your weekend officially started with awaydaybeers.com. Grab the beer. Let's have some pints and points. Obviously, do please drink responsibly. This is their website, awaydaybeers.com. They have a lovely, beautiful beer club that I'll just show you on the screen. You've got Box to Box Beer Club or a Super Sub Beer Club. Box to Box starts at $22.99. You get 6 beers delivered monthly. Beer on your birthday. Happy days. First access to new away day brews, and obviously you can free cancellation any time. Away day beers. The first question it asks, Cox, is why should you sign up to away day beers? Without looking at the answer before I read it out, why would you sign up to away day beers if you had the power to? And you do.
If I had the power to, and yes, I do. Well, it is. It's not. It is a home. It's sort of a home brewery. It's not a. It's a very embryonic. It's not as big as what some of the other breweries. It is. It's gathering in pace.
Microbrewery, isn't it? That's what they call it.
Microbrewery, which is is gathering in pace. An amazing thing, and then even the Bolton podcast has now waxed lyrical about that. So
he certainly, yes, he did. He raised the beer. Why to sign up? He said the Way Day Beers is all about bringing fans together to enjoy the beautiful game with beautiful beer. We might be a small startup, like you just said there, Cox. You almost read it script for script, but with your support, the journey is only just beginning. AwayDayBeers.com, partnering with Talking Town, officially the weekend sponsor. Says
very similar to this podcast. It's started off very small. It's gone off. All right, but still, we have places to go. And
yeah, you say very small. Last year, 5 million engagement, 500,000 views. We started small, but we're getting ourselves a little bit bigger. Colin Plum, Bolton fans. How many players did you finish up with the semi-final? They're having a little conversation, talking about teams. Right, Coxie, this is your 11 for tomorrow. You have gone Christian Walton, George Edmondson, the Wolf, the Don, Burns, Evans, Morsey, Harness, Chaplin, the Dapo, and Lee. We've covered Lee. We'll leave that where it needs to be. Your front three. That is a question that many people up and down Suffolk, the world, the universe are debating this evening. Matt Phillips, if he was here, would say he has a three of Aluko, Ladapo, and Harness. You've got Chaplin in there. Why have you gone for that front three, leaving out players like Aluko, leaving out your John Juleses, etc.?
Forgive me, Colin, for I have sinned. I haven't put Aluko in there. I'm just as much as a fan he is, but I think he will start to. I think that Chaplin is going to be our man of the season. I think this is his season to come through. He's going to be our fox in the box. He's going to be, whether we sign another striker, I do think we're going to see more goals from Chaplin this season.
Chaplin, man of the season. I like that.
It will remain to be seen whether the other gentleman or big game comes in or not. But it's been said many times, but them two can't play together. So
no.
Which they can't. Everyone seems to be in agreement with that. But I think Connor Chaplin. And I'm sorry if I've just cursed your season, Connor, but I've got a feeling, this is going to be your season, mate. Yeah,
I completely and utterly agree with you. I think any team without a Chaplin in it is a team that's been made by somebody that is wrong. I'm just going to say it. Connor Chaplin for me is Ipswich Town personified, from character to playing ability. He's all about playing the right way, a good character off the pitch, obviously an ambassador for many things. Too many for me to mention right at the top of my head. I love him. Said it last year, say it again this year. Looking forward to really seeing him. Yeah. And I think with the run of games, he can get there. Ian Savage, he wants Edwards to start producing. He also agrees it's Chaplin's year. Matt Stannard thinks 5 subs will help us, as does Craig. He thinks 5 subs this season will give us a big advantage. Pace and off the bench from Edwards and Jackson and Aluko would still be my shout. They talk about their favourite away day beer. Bundeslager, says Matt Stannard. It won't surprise anybody, Coxie, to know that my favourite beer was the mid-table Lambert beer that they did. No, it was, honestly. That was my favourite beer. I've often messaged Josh asking if he can just create a whole case. If he offered me that as a monthly subscription, Cox, I'd be all over it, son. He could charge me £500 a month. I'd be like, don't care. That Lambert beer was some of the best nectar. And it had Lambert over. I think I've actually still got the bottle. Actually.
Yeah, I'm sure Mrs. Lambert has something to say if you spend £500 on the away day beers. With all due respect to Josh.
Well, luckily it won't cost that much, Coxie, because away day beer is about good price, good beer, good football. Lewis says Bundeslager is very nice, as is Sir Michael Ale. It is. So yeah, Chaplin, Harness. Looking forward to seeing him play. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's game. Getting back to the statue from 1:15. The only thing left to say, I guess, is we round up ahead of the Neighbours finale, which I'm going to be running off to watch and getting the tissues ready.
Martin.
Score prediction, please.
I've already said it, 2-1.
2-1. The Coxie 2-1.
Coxie favourite.
Absolutely. You can get this show on audio platforms. Gino said, I do like a 10 cents double hop, a very nice IPA. Hey, check out Away Day Beers, Gino. Don't forget, you can become a YouTube subscriber today or donate through Ko-Fi. For many people asking about where the Prediction League is, it is back from next week, or a variation of is back from next week. It is on my list. It is on my list of things to do. I just ran out of time a little bit with Meet the Opposition, which I've still got a Port Vale one to squeak in, probably tomorrow morning. Ian says, before we go, odds of Leaf assist tomorrow. I like it. Why not?
Leaf assist?
Why not? Why
Well, it's
not?
been the start of him branching out.
Oh, I like it. 1-1 Ant still. 3-1 says Lewis. See you tomorrow, Ant. Look forward to seeing the statue, my friend. 3-1 says Rob. 3-1 from the GOAT. 2-1 from Mr. Ian Savage. New name in the chat. I like seeing new names. It makes me happy. It makes me smile.
Did you go past Grace H? If that's the Grace I'm thinking of, need to put her on. If not, my son would be very upset.
Grace
H. If it's the Grace I'm thinking of, if it is you, Grace.
I can't see what you're talking about there.
No, she made a score prediction.
Oh,
Can't
yes, Grace H. There you go. 2-1 Town.
Yeah, it looks like her.
How the fuck can you tell?
I can't. It's just...
Oh,
Grace,
okay.
is it you? Just say yes or no in the chat.
We've made it through 46 minutes without it being a little bit awkward. Keith Dono, talk work, putting them on the audio platforms. Benson on my car, love it. 3-1. Keith, we love you. Thank you for being a YouTube supporter. 2-0 Seals Kel and AD Croucher, the Stowmarket legend. Absolute legend is AD. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Eagle Eyes, says Matt Stannard, Bricktop. Right, we're done. We're dusted. Enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow from 1:15 at the statue. 3 points are incoming.
Hang on, before you go, I think we need to put an appeal out there. If anybody's seen Matt Phillips, please contact us.
If found,
please return to the statue tomorrow.
You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down low and I am blue, I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I'm going crazy from just the thought of you.